Welcome, Mayfield. That was some music from my third grader, Gabriel. It is Thursday, March 14th, 2020. It is my brother Jimmy's birthday, so happy birthday, Jimmy. We are continuing this week with our virtual learning, and we started talking this week about distributive property. And I looked at Edulastic, and some of you have already turned it in, which is great. I saw some mistakes on this problem here, so I thought that would be a good one for us to work on together. Before we did, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit more about distributive property and why we sometimes might want to use it. Sometimes it can help us with multiplication problems that we don't necessarily know in our head. So I don't know 4 times 28, but I know I could break 28 into some easier parts. So I could break 28 into 20 plus 8. And then I could take the 4 and I could distribute it into both parts of our sum. So I could say 4 times 20 plus, this is the part with distributive property that most people miss, I have to also do 4 times 8. All right, so what is 4 times 20? That's 80. And 4 times 8 is 32. And then I can add those numbers together, and I'll have 112. So that's one purpose of using distributive properties. We can use it to multiply numbers that maybe we didn't necessarily know in our heads. The problem on Edulastic says, okay, we'll use distributive property to rewrite this value. That means that we're going to take the 3 and we're going to multiply it by both parts of the sum. So your first step is really to take that 3 and draw your arrows. So that means I'm going to multiply 3 times this number 4x. What is x? X is a variable. It stands for a number. So I'm going to leave it as 4x. Plus 3 times this value, which is 5y. Y is a variable. It stands for a number. What I know is that it's different than x because they have a different variable. And now I'm going to multiply. 4x 3 times 4x is 12x. Plus 5y 3 times 5y is 15y. And then, unlike the problem at the bottom, students, you are done. X and y are different variables, which means they are unlike terms, which means we can't just add them together. This answer is your final answer. It's a good answer. Sometimes in math, we like to make numbers just a single, solid, little tiny number answer. But as we continue on in mathematics, you're going to see that sometimes your answers are going to look like this, and that is perfectly fine. And in this case, it is fantastic. All right, I hope that helps. We're going to continue with exponents next week, but we're going to also make sure that we keep practicing distributive property. I'm really proud of you and your hard work. I love to see you in our Google Meets. I love to see how you're doing on Edulastic. I miss you all, and I hope that you're doing well. Take care, and I think as we leave, we have some more music from Gabriel.